Hey.
Ah,
Ah.
ah,
Ah.
so, so. Let's just go for it, and despite the lack of preparation, as always,
That's how it goes.
we'll count down on my eyebrows. 1, 2. Wait, that's counting up. 3,
Dyslexic
2.
with numbers too.
1. What is going on? Welcome to the Platinum Podcast, where we talk about all things gaming, all things PlayStation, and all things trophies. I'm your host, Lewis, also known as Platinum Bear, and I am joined by my handsome as ever co-hosts, Farruski Son and Vault Boy Steve. How are you both doing today?
Good. Doing good.
I'm like
I'm
in the
moist
background.
and sweaty. Sweaty.
Steve's in full-blown cosplay, and we have to appreciate it for its entire beauty.
I've even given myself curtains for you boys.
Yeah, I feel we all have our own individual sort of gimmicks going on today.
Yeah. What's yours, Joel?
Well, I'm kind of sick of like telling people I platinum Devil May Cry, so I thought I'd just put the video in the background so people can watch me platinum Devil May Cry 5. I think it's better. Oh, and now I'm deleting it, which
That's what you do when you've truly beaten everything the game has. You just delete it, never to face it ever again.
I'm contemplating the DLC now, though.
Ooh.
Shocked eyebrows. Platinum Bear is showing some extreme
expressional bleak eyebrows.
I said that, and there was like no expression whatsoever.
It's like this. I'm gonna do DLC. So if you don't know what that noise is from, you have to Google Tortoise's orgasming, and you'll know what that means after that.
People are going to be like, "What the hell have these guys been up to in Comic-Con?"
We've just been at Comic-Con together. Hence, Steve rocked the Leon cosplay, and just the attention he got. I didn't think he'd get any more attention, but he was a man of the hour there.
Yeah, but Steve wasn't the one that got recognized, was he?
Nope.
Our friend, but if you wore that cosplay, Lewis, I don't think he would recognize you if you wore the Plat Bear. But you recognize Plat Bro.
Yeah, someone did recognize me, and it was
not a cosplay,
very, very
Plat Bro
situation.
himself.
Plat Bro himself, yeah. And then Zach was like, "Oh, do you recognize that guy over there?" I was like, over the corner, like buying some fudge, and they were like, "Nah."
No.
So that kind of hurt. It means I need to hijack your videos more often.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm using the animated bear face to hide my identity for the rest of the videos going forward. So
he's a VTuber.
So I can just live my life without being approached by people. So this is me now forever.
And let's not forget, the person who recognized you will probably be watching this video. You didn't recognize Joel, for shame. You need to watch more Farruski videos.
Shame.
Plat Bear does not approve.
Homework to do. Catch up.
Exactly. So just in case you forgot what I look like, that's why the Platinum Podcast is on the background,
Yeah.
That's what I used to look like before I completed my transformation into an AI bear. Just so you don't forget.
Yeah, I'm just like quivering.
It's so hard to like judge your facial expressions, man. I have no idea what you're doing behind that.
I'm literally just raising my eyebrows up and down and sticking my tongue out. That's all I'm doing right now. So yeah. So as always, what games have we been playing? Let's get going. Let's go over the plan today. So we're going to talk about what games we've been playing, as we always do. We're then going to talk about our topic for the day, which is going to be at what point does platinum trophy hunting become pointless, which is going to be an interesting conversation, I have no doubt. And then we're going to do a Spoggle quiz, because quizzes are for cool kids.
Yeah.
So Farruski Son, what have you been playing?
I've not been playing anything. Not only
the jaw drop from the bear.
Not only have I not uploaded anything, I've taken a little leaf from Steve's book, but I've not been playing anything either. I've just been busy. You look like the cat, the OMG cat.
Look at this. Look at the change in the facial expression here. If I go from nothing.
It's when you laugh that's the funniest, because the bear's just like.
This is far too distracting for a podcast, but never mind. What about you, Steve-O?
Similar to Joel, I've been like jumping in and out of games at random for half an hour, but the most recent game I played properly was Aliens Dark Descent.
Is that the sequel to Fireteam?
Sadly not, but believe it or not, it's better than Fireteam because it's actually got a decent story. But
is this like XCOM?
It's kind of like XCOM. XCOM's turn-based strategy. This is real-time strategy. So the entire time you constantly, I mean, there's two options by default. Anytime you go into your skill menu to direct your soldiers, it goes like really slow motion, but you're still under pressure. If you turn the pussy setting on, as I call it, it freezes everything. So you got more time to think. But it's essentially isometric, almost like angled down slightly. You control 4 soldiers all at once, and you get a 5th soldier eventually later. And you take your squad in like XCOM, you can name them, customize them, they can die and they're out the campaign for good. All that good stuff. And you go through like 20 missions to get to the end of the game. Word of warning, the PS5 version is non-platinable at the moment. The data pads glitch out after you get 100 out of 123 on the PS5 version. So if you go past that, you're screwed. And according to Reddit, it was supposed to be fixing this latest patch, which was yesterday. It didn't get fixed. And it wasn't supposed to be retroactive anyway. So if you've gone past 100 on your save, you're screwed. You have to start again for that playthrough. Which is annoying because I literally did the hardest part, Nightmare, got all the other stuff done. I just need that one data pad trophy.
So how long will it take you to replay the game on like easy to do that?
If you ran through it just for data pads, you might be able to do it in... if you don't care about your stuff, because I was still getting some cleanup trophies on my easy run, so probably 6 hours, 8 hours, I'm guessing.
That's still really a grind.
Rushing. Yeah, it's a grind. Again, I've left my easy save literally on 100 collectibles, so it'll take like an hour and a half to clean up once they actually patch it. I mean, I wouldn't mind being the first person to get the PS5 version, so I've been stalking it. Everywhere I go, I'll take the PS5 copy with me, just in case I need to like plug it in. Just like, right, 2 hours.
And,
I need to get this platinum.
And the PlayStation with like a car battery.
Oh yeah, of course.
You can plug it in.
Battery banks everywhere.
Just in case you get the alert from a forum that it's been platinable. You're like, no matter where you are, you just have to plug it in and platinum it.
Exactly, not that I care about it, but it'd be nice to have the first place, It's on the dreaded PSNP boards that we should not speak of, but, it's still a nice little honour to have, if you can get it.
Oh, fair. What, so do you get to name your characters, your little soldiers, like you get to an XCOM?
You can name them, you can slide, the customization is kind of crap compared to XCOM, but you still can. And, again, they die, they're dead, gone out the game. You keep recruiting Marines very sparsely as you go throughout the game. Again, the story itself is actually pretty lit. It's one of the best stories I've seen in an Alien game or in Alien movies. I just really enjoy it. Kind of a bit anticlimactic near the end, but other than that, I think the story's solid. I really enjoyed it. And it actually keeps you scared because it's not XCOM where it's all turn-based. You're under constant pressure from the xenomorphs. So you are shitting yourselves as you go through the game, especially on Nightmare when you can get taken out in no time.
I actually thought it was an XCOM rip-off. Not a rip-off. I thought it was an XCOM style, but that actually sounds so much better.
It is.
Than what I thought it was.
And honestly, even if you did use the pause function rather than the slow down time function, it would make it slightly easier, but you're still going to be under a lot of pressure because you've still got to figure out, right, how the hell do I get out of this situation? Because again, you don't control 4 or 5 soldiers, you control them as a unit.
So what's the rarity like on PS4 for it?
It was still ultra rare because someone got... The PS4 version didn't have the data pad because it's a PS5 tracker issue. It tracks the trophies in percentage.
God damn. This new tracker thing is literally become the bane of platinum hunting.
It really has because it literally goes to 100 and I think the developers like put it down as 100%. So it stops at 100 and won't go further. They've just done the error there. Well, the PS4 version doesn't have the tracker, therefore it works fine. Someone finally got the platinum about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago for that, I think, by completing the Nightmare mode. But again, everyone who's played the PS5 version, who's done it all completely, they've got everything but the data pad trophy. But it's still like ultra rare as far as I know. Because there's no guides. But you don't need the guides. It's not necessarily...
Even for the collectibles?
No, because there's only like one missable data pad, if I recall. All the rest you can just get. You can go back to the areas you've previously been to, the missions. But there is some, I can't really say anything for spoilers, but there is some pressure at times anyway. I can't really go into it.
It actually sounds really fun, to be fair.
It's amazing. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Fireteam, but I enjoyed that way more.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
All the bugs aside, probably like an 8.
Wow.
It's just my type of game. It's just brilliant. Again, xenomorphs. It's got all the xenomorphs you'll recognize from Fireteam, like your Crushers, your Praetorians. they behave differently in this game. The out's charging at you all the same. They've all got like Praetorians are like stalkers. So they're strong as hell, but they'll also summon drones, so they'll stalk you, then run away and then hide and try and summon more drones on you. So they're all like more unique.
No.
So if you're an Aliens fan, you'll love the game.
I think I am interested. What can I say?
And it's cheap as well. It was like £35 brand new.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm saying because that's not really my type of game, so I probably won't play it. But
You still need to do isolation. That face.
Do I though?
Yeah.
Do it.
Do
The
it
bear
now.
has spoken.
Do it.
The bear still needs to do Red Dead Redemption 2.
That is a good point.
The bear does not conform to peer pressure for platinum trophy hunting. He is an entity of intelligence far superior to normal humans.
Oh.
Although I do need to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm thinking, I'm getting close now. If I was to platinum it this year in November, I would have a 5-year platinum.
Ooh.
So,
And that's
Why not
juicy
wait?
video material.
Why not wait another 5 years though and have a 10?
Exactly. I think what I might do
I
is
should have waited because
Should've
I don't have
waited.
a 10-year platinum.
Yeah.
I'm still cooking my Mayo Platinum for 10 years.
Oh,
It's getting
that'll
there
be
slowly.
incredible.
That'll
You
be
do that.
jigger.
Just do one trophy a year.
Oof, that's even better idea.
I think. I was gonna say. I think if Red Dead
10%
Redemption.
per year.
Yeah, exactly. Joel, do you have My Name Is Mayo 2 and 3 platinums? Oh, because I was good. I tried. When we went to Comic Con on the weekend, I tried to sneak into Joel's and get a trophy on his account, but I was too slow. I had all the games up and stuff, and I just heard the door open, and then Joel just sprint up the stairs, and he opened the door, and I was just sat there on his PlayStation like, "Hello."
I came in and I was like, they're not in the living room, and they're not in the garden, and then it just fucking clicked, and I was thinking they're upstairs, and they can only be doing one thing.
Especially after what happened to Zach.
Yeah,
Again.
he was so pissed off.
It was. I don't
Someone
know who would have
tell
done
the
that to. That's
viewers.
so cruel.
The story, because I wasn't privy to this. I wasn't involved in this in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either. I wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
No. So my understanding is that somebody, while Zach was out for a walk, his normal relaxing morning walk he does to, set himself up for the day, someone went in and got a trophy for Devil May Cry 5, Hollow Knight, and some other games on his account.
Is it Fred? No, it's not Fred, is it?
My name is Pedro. was
Wow,
another
that's
on
one,
the game.
That's the one.
and he came in and he was not best pleased about it, is what I heard.
He took it well. He took it well at first. He was a bit annoyed at first, and he took it well, and then he woke up the next day.
He was
fucking so pissed off. He was so pissed off, and like he was speaking to me in the kitchen. He was speaking to all of us in the kitchen. He was like, "No, I'm pissed off." This, that, and like I had a grin on my face, and then he turned around to me like with the most serious face. He was like, "No, I'm actually pissed off." And then he stormed out into the garden to have a fag.
And then all was right with the world. Bit of
And then I
nicotine
went-
fixed all problems.
And then, as a good friend does, I went out and I consoled him, and I said, if you want, I'll do platinum. I'll platinum Devil May Cry 5 on your account. Because of
Little did he know people were playing more games on his account at that time.
We were actually. We were going to do more.
He's the one who brings his PlayStation. Like, I need to keep my trophy streak up. I want to get at least one trophy every day, and then before you know it, it's an invitation.
Yeah, but we got him free trophies.
Yeah,
Let's see. I played Foxland 2 with him, got him 3 trophies as well.
Exactly.
With him.
I had a Crypt of the Necrodancer to his basket.
You did.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
You see, because that's where it started, because we saw it in the room, and then I looked at it, and I was like, shit. So I instantly started scrambling your TV, trying to plug it all in. And for like 10 minutes, we were trying to pass his passcode. Keep in mind, the PlayStation's so shit, it didn't even tell him that someone's added 1,000 passcode combinations into his system. And I was like, we need to go outside and get Crew, because she might know the password, but how to do it to arouse his suspicion with my guilty ass face, which is so obvious. So I was like, oh, Crew, you never gave me a reading before for the tarot. Like, you can come in a minute and ask you a few questions and stuff. Came in. What's Zach's password?
Was the only question you asked the tarot cards? What is Zach's password? Spirits, please guide me and tell me.
Please give me the password.
It obviously worked.
It did. The spirits work kindly. But yeah, originally I was joking. I was like, Crypto Necrodancer, like Joel was mentioning. I was like, nah, I can't do that to him. I was like,
Yeah,
just
it's too much, that one.
yeah,
I mean,
it was like,
when your password is just Zach1, I mean, it's pretty easy to crack anyway, right?
I mean, it was actually 6969, but yeah, I can see how we would use that.
I thought
Biddy 69.
I thought it'd be 8008.
Yeah, big P.
That's a classic.
That is a classic.
But yeah, I mean, we thought like, right, we want to make these games something. I was only going to put one game on there, and I was like, right, a game that's going to be achievable, but make a good video out of it as well. So it's overall a good thing, you know, to see the suffering, and that's why I thought DMC5 in the end.
DMC5 is a great shout.
It is. It's now you can say I've platinumed DMC5 too.
I mean, it'd be a lot worse if it was DMC4.
Oh yeah. Oh
exactly.
Shit, yeah.
DMC4 is like hardcore hard. I'd say it's probably a 10 out of 10.
It is. But yeah, it was supposed to be just that one, and then I think it was Brady who suggested Hollow Knight and stuff, and it was like, right, like to look at a trophy on that. So Brady got him a Hollow Knight trophy, but then Brady wanted also Pedro, so we got Pedro. Crew was watching all this, and she was approving, but
Hollow Knight doesn't really count though, does it? Because you can use
glitch.
the exploit. You can use the glitch where you you're invincible.
We said to him, don't use the exploit though. You know, you can't be a bitch like some people. You need to be like proper and hardcore.
You probably will though.
Yeah, I mean it's Zach. You know, but yeah, Crash 4 was possibly going to go on there as well.
Oh no!
And even Crew was like, maybe not a good idea. And then
I don't think Zach could handle Crash 4. I don't think he'll ever platinum that game.
We knew he couldn't because we left it, and then later on we got tempted again because even at first he didn't realize he got a notification on his phone while we were in the room saying Hollow Knight is being installed on your PS5. This was before he popped any trophies. We just like lied out of our way saying, oh yeah, we already popped them. That's just fully downloaded game. Yeah, and we've already unplugged it all, so you can't check sync stats or anything. But we went back in later and started downloading Crash 4 because you know it's an easy platinum, an easy trophy, whatever. Just get a box at the start of the game on TV and it's boom trophy.
That's just slippery, yeah. Just
out of like my own like coverage, I thought I'm gonna go ask Zach in the garden because he was still distraught, and I quizzed him and he was like, "Oh yeah, if he had done Crash 4, that would have destroyed me because there's no way I could do that." And
was he just sitting in the garden with his hands on his head?
He was literally sat in the chair just smoking and being like,
he was so depressed.
So I was like, Zach, we installed Crash 4, but don't worry, I'm going to tell him to delete it. We aren't going to pop anything on it. He was so relieved.
All right, I'll quickly talk about what games I've been playing, which is, oh, look at that beauty.
High on Life.
Got the platinum for High on Life, and it is one of the best games I've played this year. I played some great games this year. Like Elden Ring, obviously, left such a mark on me. But High on Life, honestly, is such a good game. I can't really recommend it enough. It's expensive.
I love how every game that Lewis plays, it's like, this game is the best one I've played this year. And then it'll play something else like this year, and it'll be like, this is the best game I played this year. Well, you should make a list of the best game I played this year and just be
end of year review,
of like all the games you played this year.
Is that his thinking face? I can't tell.
Got an impressed spare face. To be fair, I played Lego Batman though, and I will tell you that game's a piece of shit.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Big piece of shit.
Everyone says like Lego Batman's the best Lego game.
Lego Batman 3. I don't know if I played it on the Vita and I remember hating it. It was terrible.
But before I discuss this, High on Life really is a funny game. I would recommend it. The thing is, it is expensive. It's £50. You're only getting like a 6-7 hour story, and the platinum's like another 10 hours. So I can see why people would not want to pay that. But if you like Rick and Morty, you like Tortoise Universe, Accountant Plus, like it's just Rick and Morty through and through. It's just so funny. It just makes such stupid jokes all the time, and the gameplay is really fun. And playing with a talking gun, you think like it's a unique gimmick, but then after playing it, now I feel like I don't want to play a game that doesn't have a talking gun because of just how interactive it is. I found myself generally having conversations with myself with the gun, Kenny. And I was like, I'm not even recording a video, I'm just talking to the gun.
Yeah, because that gun's like satisfied your ADD need. It's just keeping you occupied whilst you're going between the areas.
Yeah, and when I'm like killing something, it's like, yeah, we killed that motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, I'm really cool. I'm really good at games now. So yeah, but Lego Batman 3, everyone's like, oh, these games are full of nostalgia. You'll have a great time. And I've been like, God, these games are so goddamn repetitive. I know that for kids, but still.
Yeah, Lego games are pretty repetitive.
You see, the Lego games, though, by themselves, they can be fun, and playing in couch co-op, they can be even funner.
Yeah.
But if you're going for the platinum, it's like, oh no, that's when the repetitiveness comes in. It's like, oh shit, now.
Definitely. Because you can beat the game in 6. Well, it's still quite long, If you think there's like 16 levels, each level's if you don't use a guide and you're figuring it all out, each level's going to take you about half an hour to 40 minutes. So you're still looking at about 8-9 hours to beat the story, but then going through it all again on free play and then having to do the extra stuff. It's like a 25-hour platinum, but it's just so much of the same. And you know what's really annoying about it, right? It's just go somewhere, smash something, and figure out who you need, which character you need to solve to interact with one item, and then interact with something else, and then the gate opens and you just progress through. It's a very simple loop, but it's also like really finicky. You're holding triangle all the time to change suits. You're just looking through characters and stuff. It's not a very fluid gameplay loop, I would say.
No, it's not. It's very slow. It's very slow paced.
It's super slow. I think that's what turned me into this bear.
Fuck Lego.
Fuck Lego. I just want to cut things up with a knifey from High on Life.
There's a knife talk as well.
Yeah. Every time you stab someone, he's like, "Fuck yeah, I want more blood." And he's like Australian or South African, I think.
Is it just 2 weapons you get?
No, there's 5 guns, and then you always have the knife and the knife equipped. So 6 talking things. And you can turn up or down the narrative of the guns, and the enemies all talk to you, and it's really funny. Like they have conversations with you. Like one runs around going like, "Oh, I'm going to shoot you in the ligaments." It's like, "I can't feel ligaments. I can't feel ligaments." Yeah, just like it's just a stupid threat to receive, but also like, I want to keep my ligaments. So, yeah. That's what I think of Lego Batman. Whereas High on Life, if I could describe it in one word, would be so. So yeah, fun times. Now it's time for our topic, I think.
Well, fuck trophy hunting.
Yeah. So the topic is platinum trophy hunting pointless?
Yes.
Now that's quite yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's move to Sporgle.
Yeah, exactly.
Charles on Sporgle like nothing else. Sporgle quiz.
A lot of people watch these while they're grinding out trophies. So we don't want to push people over the edge and just have them like completely stop what they're doing and just destroy their PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Although that would be an achievement for us all here.
But seriously, what are you doing?
Why? Look at the bear. Look into the bear's eyes. Why?
Why
do you do this? You're playing a video game while you're watching a podcast where some guy's using an animated bear as his avatar. Someone's dressed as Leon Kennedy. Really, you need to think about your life decisions, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like on a serious note, I think it's a bit too much when it consumes your life. Like when you can't think of anything else or you can't speak about anything else except for trophy hunting. I think that's when it's like you need to pull the plug a bit and live a little.
Yeah, I agree. Like, what point does it become too much? Like where it's consuming too much of your free time, right? Like when we've all played a game where we've extended the time with it because we've been going for a platinum, and I have no doubt us three and people watching this have thought like, is this fucking worth it?
Oh yeah.
Do either of you have a game which has really made you contemplate your time?
Yeah.
What? Joel, just such a closed answer to that question.
Yeah, too many. There's just too many.
It's like you said yes, and then like you just had a vision. Do you like when you're watching a TV show and someone just has like playback of the whole life? It's almost like that's what you were doing there, Joel.
It is what I was doing. I was thinking of like all the platinums that I thought that this is like too much, but there's been a few. Fighters was one of them where it was like grind, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, like the exact same thing for hours on end. Devil May Cry 5 was one when I was doing it, but then it's different because you feel that euphoria at the end that you've like achieved something. Any Lego game, really.
Yeah. What about Injustice 2?
Oh,
again, I can't really say Injustice 2 because a lot of the time that it was the AI that was fighting, so it wasn't really me playing. I was like doing something else in the background, either like editing a video or watching anime or something. It wasn't really me playing the game, so I can't really count that one. GTA 5 Online, that one maybe. That got a bit too much. I think that those are the main ones. I think.
What about you, Steve? What are your thoughts on this whole conversation?
It's an interesting one. There's plenty of games where we might even give up on, like say Elder Scrolls Online. You might play a game like that, think, oh, it's such a fun game at times, but then like look at the amount of effort and time it's going to require and coordination between multiple people to get the platinum on it. And you're like, this isn't worth my time. Do I want to shit in a bucket for 24 hours and do nothing but play this? And then repeat that process 7 times over to help the other 7 people get it? Or however many people you need to get this platinum trophy? It's like, no, not worth it. But there's games like Metal Gear Solid 2. I left that for 7 years. Like Joel, that was an interesting mix where it's like, at the time you're like, oh, I don't really want to do this. But when you get the platinum at the end, you're so like proud of it and happy because the game itself means so much to you. Yeah. But then there's other games, like we say, Ubisoft games. You complete 10 hours of story. Oh, it's a decent game. 50 hours of collectibles. Like, oh shit, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time.
Just... I think that's the thing though, isn't it? That's like when you get to the point where you're like really sick of a game, like you were saying, for example, Elder Scrolls Online, and you still carry on doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though like you're hating your life and it's making you depressed, but you still carrying on doing it. I think that's maybe where you should think, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it for a bit.
Well, I think that's my face.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's nothing unusual, to be fair.
Here's one for you, though. When you platinum a game that was really long, do you feel, are you happy you've beat it, or are you just relieved that it's over?
Or resentful?
Resentful.
It's the balance, isn't it? It's the balance of like, for example, Fighters. I limited myself to the amount of time I'd spend on it because it's something that I'd eventually get to where I needed to be to get the platinum. I limited myself to like, I don't know, 10 fights a day or an hour a day or whatever, and that like eased it. It's when you're like 8 hours straight just hating yourself or hating the game. I think that's when you need to like take a step back and just plan a bit. Just play it for like an hour and then play something else that you'll enjoy.
You know, 2 games come to mind when I think of this topic, and they're both actually Sony first party games, which are Horizon Zero Dawn and Ghost of Tsushima. Now, both these games are pretty good games. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is absolutely incredible, but for one, it was both of them, the DLC for both of them. So I wasn't even going for the platinum because the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, the online, is literally probably about 40 hours. And I was just replaying the same like 8 levels over and over again. And both of those games, both of the platinum trophies for those games soured my experience of the game, which is why I haven't played Forbidden West, even though apparently it's like an incredible game. It's like a much better version than the first one, Horizon Zero Dawn. But I had my opinion soured so much because of just having to play through the game again for the new game plus trophies, doing the collectibles, like so much collectibles and open worlds. And you think you could finish the game in 20 hours, but then the platinum takes you another 30 to 40. And it's just, I mean, the sad reality is by going for platinums, you limit yourself to how many games you play, right? Because you're probably spending at least double the amount of time with every game for the platinum, if not triple, which is like so much more games you could experience. And I think as I've played more games and I've been leaving games, the first game I left in a long time, I think, was Hogwarts Legacy, because I just, it's not even a bad game. I just wasn't vibing with it at the time. And I am going to go back to it, but it was known there was like 300 collectibles or something crazy like that, which made us think, like, is it worth my time?
When you go back to that one, I think you'll have a different opinion on it because there's a lot of collectibles, but they work so well with the game. So they don't seem like you're collecting 300. You get them all before you even realize it if you're doing it progressively as you go. And you can then use the guide at the end to get the remainders that you need. That is not a bad case.
I feel like that's another problem in the community is like, not everywhere, but a lot of the times you get shunned for like giving up on a game or leaving a game.
Exactly, yeah.
You feel like obligated to, like, because you've started it, you have to finish it, and that's not really the case. I mean, you go at your own pace. If it's not making you happy, then there's no point in carrying on. I don't mean like not making you happy like a Souls game where it's hard, because like you persist after that and you feel good after you beat a certain boss you're stuck on. I mean, like when you're bored. If you're still having fun, if you're getting frustrated but you're still having fun, then fine. But if you're getting frustrated and you're not having fun, that's when you need to like just stop for a bit.
I agree. I remember having this conversation with Lucy a few months ago about, she was talking about how she like enjoys collectibles because it's like although it's mind-numbing, it's like you can chill out and do other things. And I think that I totally get that, because as someone who's been like playing a few games where I've been able to just like kind of watch films while I've been playing them. So although Lego Batman's been a bit slow, when I've been doing the cleanup, I've actually watched like 3 or 4 films during the course of like a 6-hour grind. And that actually hasn't been that bad, because it's like, you know what, the collectibles are up, you know, they're not itself, the game itself isn't maybe really fun, but I'm having a good time because I'm doing other things. But then there's certain games which maybe have a lot of grind, but they involve a lot of player input, which means that you can't do other things. So it's a mind-numbing task, but it requires your full attention. And to be fair, like things like, maybe not the best example because everyone loves Devil May Cry, but hypothetically, say you're playing Devil May Cry 5 on like the 3rd middle difficulty, like it's, all you've got to do is beat the story. You've already played it 3 times before, say, and you're not on the hardest difficulty yet. So it's kind of, you're just getting through it over, say, 6 hours, but it requires enough skill to beat it. So you kind of
there is a stage on Devil May Cry 5 where I was watching anime whilst playing it, because all you do is when you're grinding for red orbs, because you need like 9 million.
Oh, do you mean when you use the hat, Dr. Faust?
Yeah. All you do is you press R1 and circle constantly. And like Dante, pretty much, if you're playing on like the easiest difficulty and you've like finished the game X amount of time, so your health is fairly full, you can, and then you just, if you're low on health, you just put your double trigger on and it recovers your health. Hey, he's back.
See, what it was, he saw the monster,
just
so he had to come out briefly.
Just tease you, just
a tease to show I'm here.
Just to edge.
Yeah,
just to prove that he's not really VTubing. I see a dark future ahead where he's just going to do this now. In the background.
I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I have thought about it. In this video, I'm like, this bear's funny as fuck. I could literally just like be, you can actually make an avatar as well. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Oh, don't do that.
But you can literally, I could just be like sitting there just like this. Hello.
If you leave the camera, if you walk away.
We tested this before, remember? He goes into like a zone out creepo mode where he's just staring at everyone. Creepo mode.
There
just
it
stares at everyone. It's dark and it's terrifying.
It's disturbing on so many levels.
It is very disturbing.
Going back to what you said before, though, Joel, about like people being afraid to walk away from games. I think that's so true. I think you've really hit the nail on the head there. I think there is this expectation in the community that you'll beat every game, and it is kind of frowned upon. And there's something called the sunken cost fallacy, which is the more time you spend on something, you kind of want to see it through, even though it might not be worth doing because you spend so much time on it. If you're 100 hours into a grind for a platinum, you spend 80 hours, you're like, I'm only 20 hours away from doing it. So even though I hate it, I'm going to see it through at the end because I've put so much time in already. And I think that just nails down like so many of us beating certain games where you're hating it, but you're like, I need to see this through to the bitter end because I'm a talking bear and I just do what I want.
Well, honestly, I think that's why people need to pay attention more when they're playing these games, because if you're finding yourself already saying, oh, this is getting kind of boring now, but I've got another, say, 10 hours to go, you might be thinking, well, it's worth pushing through an extra small mile just to get that platinum. But if you're looking ahead and you're like, I've got 100 hours left to go, or 50 hours, you got a question, do I want to do another 50 hours of this, or should I just move on to a different game and enjoy myself? You got to weigh up the time invested versus how long it's going to still take you whilst not enjoying it at the same time. Because I have to say, since I stopped caring about that and just platinum games I wanted to do, for the most part, if it's a small game, I'll still push through. But if it's a long game and I'm not interested in it, or if it's a game that looks good, play it, don't like it, but nah, I don't care. I'm not even going to go for the platinum.
Just manage your time. I mean, just manage it. There's no like, unless it's online and like you hear the servers are going to close in like a month, then you've got that time limit. But there's no rule that you have to platinum a game from the moment you start it. There's even no rule that you can't give up. I've given up on games. I've given up on Unravel 2 because I just didn't like the game, and I've had Wooly offer to literally carry me through it, and I just don't want to because I just don't like the game. I just don't see a point in investing any more time in a game I don't like.
Exactly, and I bet you feel so much better for that.
You're I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There isn't. There's no shame in giving up on a game.
No.
You're just saying, right, this game is not for me. I don't want to invest in more time in it. I'm moving on to a game I'm going to enjoy. And I'll hunt trophies there. Because again, trophies is supposed to be something to enhance the experience, not pull you down and make you feel like crap.
Exactly.
I agree. I think I'm going to be bringing back trophyless reviews this year. And in the past, I think when I've looked at games and stuff, it's always been like, oh, your completion percentage was always like a big part of the review. Like, oh, you've done 80%, 90%, 50%, whatever. And I'm gonna try and like not encourage that too much, because I think I have more respect for someone who respects their own time than digital trophies on their account, which very, very few people care about.
We've matured.
We've grown. We've we'll be doing this podcast for 2 years, man.
I know.
We're different people.
Madness, isn't it?
It's crazy. And now you both got an amazing little poster in the background. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's beauty.
yeah.
It's beauty. Signed by all three of us as well.
We both forgot to unmirror our videos right at the start, so they're both like the wrong way around.
With a little message in the back. The cue messages. Personalized message for each of us.
Mine was just a dick pic.
It was just a monstrous dick pic.
Yeah.
But why
I've got to break out the proper scientific microscope to see it, but
I feel like I drew the short straw on this one. I didn't get a dick pic.
Well, Steve saw the short straw.
Mm.
But I had it on times 16,000 size so you could see it. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, so everybody out there, don't feel it's no shame in giving up on a game you're not enjoying at all. And ignore those people. Like I always say this. I say this in like pretty much, if not all podcasts, most podcasts. Like the community can be toxic.
Yeah.
Just ignore the toxic people, man.
Focus on your own happiness.
Exactly.
Yeah. But at the same time,
never let it take over your life, like Luce was saying earlier.
Yeah,
there's like on our servers, we've done challenges in the past, and some of us still run challenges. The PSNP boards seem to have copied that ages ago, and they start doing challenges now. People get invested in those challenges, and they're like, right, it becomes a full-time job for them. Like, I need to get X trophy on this day. I'll do this game by this time slot. It's like, I can understand using the challenges for motivation, which is when they work well. But if you let them take over your life and become another job, and it takes the fun out of these games, at that point you should be like, right, I'm investing way too much time. This is supposed to be fun.
100%
That's the thing. Like, games are usually like what gamers use to escape stresses from real life. So if you're going into a game because you're stressed with real life and you're stressing yourself out in the game as well, you're just dragging yourself down. Not good for your mental health. Mental health's important.
Very important.
Especially when you reach 30.
Oh, once you hit 30, it's downhill.
Yeah.
It's like falling apart.
It's like peak priority.
So someone told me recently, which was Steve, that I have very expressionative eyebrows.
Actually, it was Sarah who noticed it. I never noticed until she mentioned it, and now I notice it every time.
Look at these eyebrows. I think I agree with everything we've said, but I'm going to say that I think
it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Everything's bullshit. Not like, obviously we're not talking about like we're not sitting here saying like, oh, you shouldn't trophy hunt, because that's not what we're saying. We're
hell no,
balance,
no.
right?
Definitely not.
Because I think gaming is a loved pastime by everybody watching this podcast and all of us here. And I think trophy hunting does add a level of challenge, and a level of achievement, which you wouldn't necessarily get from a normal game. Because I think even if you beat a game, let's just say hypothetically, let's say you beat a game on hard, but there's no trophies attached to it, and before you ever even looked at achievements and trophies, you would have felt some small sense of achievement. But now you're actually getting physically rewarded or digitally rewarded for your efforts. It's definitely an addictive feeling, and it can be really fun. But we're talking more like still valuing your own time and deciding if it's still worth it, right? Because I remember Zach throws this back in my face a few times where I've said something doesn't have to be fun to be worth doing, and I agree, because you shouldn't just be pursuing such trivial emotions, or like always just pursuing like something that feels good, right? Like a superficial life is superficial in so many ways. But again, real talk here. This is real bear talk.
It's getting deep.
But I think it's just choosing the challenge that's right for you, and making sure that it's just worth your time, and you're not doing it because you feel like you have to.
It's not what your limits are.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's limits are different. Some people like what's boring for you may not be boring for the next. But like collectibles, for example, I find collectibles pretty boring most of the times.
Yeah,
and people like Lucy love them.
She loves them while we hear them. We're like, ugh. It's like they just should not exist. But
Just
people can find pleasure in different things. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Steve likes Resident Evil a little bit, and to be honest, like although loads of people love Resident Evil, I'm just not a big fan of it. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't. I need to give them a go. I need to give the new ones a go. So I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of them, but the ones I have played, which are like Resident Evil 3 on the PS1.
No, they're totally changed now. So the remakes, you'll probably
Resident Evil 5 and 6, which were dumb.
Both 5 and 6 are shit.
Yeah. But it's not only that. There's things I don't like about the game. I don't like the really cheesy American accents. I don't like the stories. I don't really particularly enjoy the gameplay. But that's not to say that. But everyone else loves them, right? And that's totally fine. It's totally cool.
You
So
might
I'm not
change
gonna...
your opinion with 2 and 3 because they have changed them. I think the more serious and the less cheesy. And when they're remaking 5, you should believe what they're doing now. That might also change to be more serious as well. They've updated it. Like Resident Evil 4 came out, some people were complaining the fact that Leon's not being as cheesy or the way he was with Ashley as it was in the original. It's like, yeah, they've updated him to make him more modern so it fits the new timeline. He doesn't need to be pulling out cheesy lines. He's got the odd one still, like, where's everyone going? Bingo. But that's just like a bit of nostalgia.
Look, you don't want to be... Do you know, like, in Tropic Thunder, when Robert Downey Jr.'s character says, I'm not going to say the hard word, but he says, like, don't go full R. It's like, games and movies, the best advice you can ever have. I truly believe this is the best advice. Never go full Marvel. Never go full MCU. Do you know when they're like, the world's ending and they're like, oh no, looks like I'm not going to have my pizza tomorrow night. Or like, the best friends died and they're like, oh no, he was wearing my favorite hat. Like, never go full comedic in the face of Armageddon. Like, if a game's about killing and surviving, there should be some seriousness to it. You can use lighthearted moments to drive the story forward, but just don't be like fucking Marvel.
And that's exactly what you get now with the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. It's serious. You don't feel that comedy at any point. It's more like constant dread, which is what it should be as a horror game. I mean, you're talking about trophies and investing your time. I've platinumed the PS4 and PS5 versions completely separately. And if there was another stack of Resident Evil 2, I'd do it again. Because I love that game.
Yeah, so even though like there's like 4 or 5 playthroughs involved,
yeah,
it's worth your time. Doesn't feel
I love it so much, and I'd earn the platinum again. I'd do the same with Sekiro. I'd love another Sekiro stack, but they haven't released one. I'd even pay £50 for it again, just so I could get that platinum again because it's such an amazing game.
Is there a game you've walked away from, Steve, recently, which you thought, I'm not going for the platinum in this?
Not recently, because I've walked away from tons. I literally walk away from any now. If I'm not enjoying the game or vibing, I'm like, nah, leave it.
I remember having this discussion with you probably, it might not have even been last year when me and Tyler reviewed your trophy list and you were like...
I think I was in a different place as far as like trophy hunting at the time as well, mentality-wise.
Even then you'd like, we're talking about how you had a higher completion percentage and you just left them all.
Yeah, I did. I think I was getting myself to 75% and then I realised I got there and I was like, I wasn't enjoying this process and I just didn't care about it anymore.
Yeah, setting yourself arbitrary goals.
Exactly. The only goal that mattered was hitting 69.69%, which I got as well, and I left it, and I was like, I'm happy now. That's the only one that really matters.
Yeah, I think as well, like, that kind of brings in the topic, like the peer pressure of people. And obviously, I like to think that we want to be positive, right? Like, we want to make this as positive as possible. And there's obviously people who don't do that. And there's like obviously Discord servers and stuff where there's elitism running rife, and people like, you know, I need to have 80% to fit in. I need to have the Soulsborne platinums to fit in. I need to do Devil May Cry 5 to finally get a hug off Guy Farruski. Like, you know, these people...
that still stands.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But like, if you're just like setting yourself goals on getting approval from others, you are setting yourself up to fail. Plat Bear don't approve of such things.
Never fail.
Never fail.
Wise words.
I'm feeling so philosophical with this bear on my face.
I can tell.
I love the fact that neither of you have seen my face the whole time this podcast. No one has. And I'm just like,
when you gave that tease,
that split-second tease,
quick cock tease, yeah. That was the only.
And then I'm just like looking at you as like normal when you're looking at a fucking bear.
Oh, we're looking at a bear, all right.
I know it's an upgrade. I know it's an upgrade. Everyone's thinking that. I mean,
no, it's definitely not. I miss
the eyebrows. Are as good.
Yeah, I miss the eyebrows.
I'll get them out soon enough for the end. Do I have any other final comments to send us before we move on to some spoggle?
No, I mean, I was trying to find a game that I've gave up on recently by looking at my list, but I can't see any game here that I'd even could categorize as that because I just give them up early if I give them up.
Yeah, like, I gave up on Battlefield 2042 just purely because there was a boosting group. There was like 6, 7 of us, and 4 people got the platinum. It was just me, Zach, and Feiger left, and I think of the group of people who were involved, I think we were the least motivated of the 7, and there was 8 of us actually. And then I was like, oh well, I just don't want to do these group trophies by myself. One of them was for playing in teams of 4, and I was like, well, I can't do it by myself. I could, but it would take us probably 30 hours of grinding. And I was like, that is so not worth it, even for a YouTube video. Like, it's just not worth it for a YouTube video either.
I have found a prominent example though. Skyrim. and Skyrim VR.
Skyrim VR.
Both Skyrim, Skyrim PS5 and Skyrim. I know it free. Skyrim PS4, Skyrim PS5, and Skyrim VR.
Well, that's a prime example because you hate Skyrim now, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, and even then I started them thinking, right, this will be the time I'm going to push through and get the platinum on Skyrim finally. Spending thousands of hours on PC with mods. It's like, nope, I still can't do it. Play
Face your
hours,
demon, Steve. I think, right, at some point, you've got to face that demon. And you've got to go, you know what, now's the time to beat Skyrim. You know, I used to have a YouTube channel about it, and I spent 4,000 hours on it, which is still half the time I spent in Neverwinter. But I am going to someday beat the platinum for Skyrim.
I'll just finish the main story in general.
Or at least finish the main story and beat the dragon.
Beat Alduin, whatever it is. I don't know. I've never got there. I was like,
did you not?
Nah, I heard the story's underwhelming though.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like the side quests are all a good thing. It's like the story itself is like crap, I've heard. So
it's not crap. It's just it's a story from an RPG, which was not great at telling stories in 2011. That's pretty much it.
How long it's been out?
Game.
Yeah,
it's ancient. It's been like released on 5,000 devices. Even the Tamagotchi it's been on and everything. You know,
was it 2011, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was. I think it was 11.
Yeah, because I was 16 or 17 when it came out.
Wow, you old bastard.
I know. Good times. That's still that is when I got Skyrim for the first time, it's still my fondest game memory of all time. So that's why I'll always have been ranked 3 in it's still I class it as my favorite game of all time. Not because of nostalgia though, because I have went back and played it again this year and I still had a lot of fun with it.
I think it's because you played it like in a different way. You played it as you should have played the game, whilst I was playing it and then got sucked into a world of like I need to install these mods and review mods day after day after day. I never got a chance to play it. So by the time I did want to play it, even if I wanted to play it vanilla, it seemed like a totally different game. And I've like so much time in this world, and it's like I just don't want to be here anymore. So you played it as you should. I've got like an irrational hatred for it, I'd say.
I think you're right there. I think the mods in Skyrim make it so much better, and I think like I really nice that you can't get the trophies with the mods because do you know what?
Yeah,
like,
you can't.
Fair enough. It makes the game really easy, but the game is really easy anyway. So like,
if I want to easy and get the bloody platinum, so what's the issue?
If I want to have a mod that allows me to have 6 archers follow me around at all times and kill everything, like just let me do it. Like why not? There is workarounds, but apparently it's like a bit of a risk. So it's just like not worth it.
Yeah. PSN profiles will ban you.
They'll come for you in the night.
The PSNP Gestapo.
They will literally come and just delete you, and then they'll cite this video as evidence for why you were banned.
Yeah.
So just don't ever break the rules because they'll come for you in the night. Yeah. And they won't be as cute and cuddly as this bear.
No, they won't.
They'll have a flashlight in one hand and a flashlight in the other.
Exactly.
Flash and flash.
And they'll just hit you in the face with both of them.
Flash in the flesh.
Flesh in the flesh. Flesh in the flesh. Right, let's do a Sporgle quiz.
Sporgle!
We'll take I'm gonna just take a break. I'll not be including this bit in because just while I move all the stuff around.
Oh, perfect time to whip the cocks out.
There he is.
It's weird that it zoomed in my face.
Yeah, I was thinking getting closer.
I was thinking, did you zoom in? Yeah, but this involves typing. That makes me nervous.
You should be nervous. I'm now in space. Space
bear.
All right. Sporgle time.
Sporgle.
So the quiz by Peel is mint. We'll find out if he's mint or not. Mint is actually a northern term for good for those who are watching this and don't understand.
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm surprised you knew that, Joel, to be fair. But well, you know.
I live in the north.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, but you were from Jersey, but I suppose you've
Dude, I've lived
been with a Manchesterian.
Mancunian.
I've lived there for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Car.
I got all the lingo now.
Petrol.
What did I ask you to say, Steve, when I first saw you the other day? Yard. Like, Steve, say yard.
Yard.
Love it. All right, so the quiz. Can you name the game based on the title of the Platinum Trophy? There's 93, and we got 20 minutes here. There's a head-to-head, but we're not doing that because we've got no friends. It's just us 3. All right, I will type because I have the power.
Red Faction Gorilla.
How did you get that one? How do you spell gorilla, though? Thankfully, it's on the screen, so...
But have they spelled it right? That's the question.
I still spelled it wrong.
Oh, God.
Did it.
GTA 5. Fall Guys.
Resident Evil 6 and 5. Both of them.
There's two.
Oh, there's
platinums.
2. What the fuck?
Oh,
Resi 6 and Resi 5.
yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Alrighty.
I think that one's just called Platinum.
All trophies
Detroit,
obtained.
Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
Uh,
Become human. I spelled Detroit wrong, but apparently it worked. It's fine.
Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Evolution.
Jurassic Park. There's only one R, isn't there?
Yeah.
Or not? Evolution.
Assassin's Creed 2 as well.
Hold on.
Or Lego Jurassic Park.
There's 2. How do you spell Jurassic? God damn it.
There you go. It's helping you. Oh,
Lego.
which trophy are you talking about here?
The Life Always Finds a Way.
I think that is Lego. I think that is Jurassic Park Evolution. There might be a hyphen.
The Last of Us. It can't be for nothing. That's definitely a name.
Yeah, that's The Last of Us. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Do remastered.
yeah, it could be remastered.
Oh, is it PS4 games?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so we're looking at only PS4 games here. All right.
Assassin's Creed 2, I think. Ass in Creed 2 lines.
Got
The
there.
Walking Dead.
There's another.
Walking Dead. No.
There's 2 Master Assassin trophies, so there must be another Assassin's Creed game now. It's the same trophy title.
Which
so
one's it
Assassin's-
called?
Master Assassin, but there's 2 of them, so Assassin's Creed 3 maybe.
Oh, yes. We did
Yeah.
it.
Oh, well.
Savior of the Universe. Is that true of Saves the Universe, you think?
Maybe. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, my God.
Some of these are actually dirty as shit because there's several of them just called Platinum by themselves and
Red
several
Dead
called
Redemption
Trophies
2.
Earned.
Well, the thing is, though, that Legend of the West is a PS3 game, so it's not just PS4 games. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not taking it.
Oh,
Right, Red Faction Armageddon Master.
The
What's
Last of
the
Us, The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, Last of Us Part 2. That's 12.
Red Faction Armageddon.
That's it. Oh, I actually spelled Armageddon right as well. Wow.
Fuck yeah.
It's in. Sims. The Sims 4.
The Sims 4. Yes.
Crash Bandicoot.
Right, I've seen another one. There's another one on top.
Crash Bandicoot 4.
2.
The
Oh, there must be,
Invincible. Oh,
must
God,
be
there's another
3
one.
of them.
Yeah, just keep typing Crash Bandicoot.
Because there's one at the top as well. There
Yeah,
we go.
There you go. I don't think it's Crash 4.
Right, Snake Eater. Is that Metal
Snake
Gear
Eater, that's
Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
What's it called? Snake Eater. What's the game actually called?
Snake
3
Eater.
Snake Eater. Is it called Metal Gear Solid 3 hyphen
Hyphen Snake Eater.
Is it
semicolon
hyphen?
even?
Is it double dots?
I've
Yeah,
got the
double
box right
dots.
behind me what I made. Has it accepted it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
colon. Even though, right.
Oh, I'll get everything back. Fuck, where's that from?
I
Is
think one of them's
Resistant-
Infamous
Is
got me on
the,
here.
is the Resistance game
Is
that's
it
got
Infamous?
platinums? There's Resistance, the piece of Resistance there, so that might be a Resistance game.
What are they called though? I don't really know them.
They're just called Resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, are they? But I think
Nah.
Worms Armageddon.
Worms. Why is there so many names beginning with Armageddon in? I spelled Armageddon wrong. Have I? No, I haven't. It's not taking it. It's not taking it. God damn
Oh,
it.
I'm sure that Worms Elite. I'll try Worms Elite then.
One sec. War of Mine. The little ones. I knew that. That game's great. to be fair.
Civilization 6. Either Civilization 6 or Civilization 5. One of them's probably going to
That
be
was spelled Civilization.
There's a Julius Caesar trophy, so it has to be Civilization. Try 6. There's one right there that has to be bloody Civilization.
One last time. That's a quote from a game.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Uncharted 4, is it?
Oh
Is it
yeah, I
Uncharted
think
4? I think it is.
no.
No, Uncharted
Oh,
Platinum. so we got
Uncharted
that.
2.
It's Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 2.
Yeah, type Uncharted,
Uncharted
2.
3.
Uncharted 3. We're figuring out all these horrible names here.
It's
Keep
the
going.
platinum ones.
Yes. Right, we've got
Yes.
4. We're on 23 now.
What about all trophies earned though? That's dirty. What is that?
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Every last one of them. What's that on? Is that like a Star Wars reference?
Where
The
is it?
last one. I don't-
Every last one of them.
I don't think that's a trophy for any of them. If it is, you maybe try Battlefront 1 or 2, but I'm pretty sure it's not either of them.
Couldn't be like a Star Wars Skywalker collection.
No idea about that. Lego games, we know the trash.
Is it Batman Telltale or Telltale Batman?
Just try 1 and 2 after that if it isn't going to work.
Okay, I'm Batman. It's the bottom one. Trophy of Zeus. Trophy of Zeus.
God of War, maybe?
Yeah, it's got to be.
God of War 3.
Is it? Oh, just God of War 1.
Oh, nice one.
God of War 2's on there. Come on, okay.
Try just God of War.
I have.
Because that'll be God of War 4, won't it?
There we go. They've got a full collection on here.
Ragnarok. Nah.
No.
Actually, I spelled Ragnarok wrong, so.
Oh, crap. What's Virtuoso? That rings a bell.
That's not working anyway. Master of Mordor. That's Shadow of
Mordor.
Oh.
It's Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could be Middle Earth Shadow of War as well.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 3. Maybe.
Oh.
Or Grand Theft Auto 5, because you put GTA 5, so GTA 3, because there's King of Liberty City there.
Yes. No. Vice City. No.
San Andreas.
No.
Oh.
Can any of you remember what Virtuoso is from?
Virtual Street Fighter.
It rings a bell, but
because Virtuoso rings a bell. I think we've talked about this trophy before, and I think I've got the trophy, but I can't remember the game. Virtuoso.
More powerful than you.
5. Oh.
And Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Oh, Dead Space as well. There's Concordance officer there.
How much about
Kakarot?
Kakarot.
It's Kakarot.
Kakarot.
No, you did it as Kakarot.
Kakarot.
You did it right before. Heavy Rain. It's Heavy Rain Master there.
Oh,
don't forget Dead Space.
WRC.
Dead Space as well.
2015.
It won't work, Dead Space. I put Dead Space a second. It's not working.
But Concordance officer's there. Is it Dead Space 2?
Isn't it World Rally Champion or something?
Yeah.
World Rally Championship 2015, yeah. I think I platinumed that as well. It's a horrible game.
Fucking hell. Right.
Dead Space, it does work. The quiz itself.
Shadow of War. It's not.
It's
Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, but it is. It's Middle Earth. I'm pretty sure it starts Middle Earth.
It is,
right?
yeah.
But they might have hyphens there again.
It's Mordor.
Mordor.
Oh.
You put Mordor.
Mordor.
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
That's a stretch, that one.
Is that all you got that from? A Symphony of Horror.
Yeah, that's definitely the right game, yeah.
A Symphony is one word?
Yeah, it's right there, Lewis, below GTA 3.
It's
copy it.
Symphony. Oh my god.
A Symphony of Horror.
We've lost so much time.
That's how we're off. I spelled Symphony wrong.
The bear's not helping.
The bear is making us work. It's not even taking it.
Oh, what the fuck?
They've literally got it spelled there, so they must have spelled it wrong. Is it Horrors, the actual title, maybe?
Maybe.
This
bullshit.
This
it's
mint
bullshit,
guy
man.
Is not mint.
I feel like Enjoy Your Powers has got to be like Infamous 1 or 2 or something.
I thought that. Maybe Infamous Second Son.
Oh
no, it's Infamous First Light.
First Light, yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Second Son.
Infamous First Light, I think, must be there.
It's not.
Not.
1%er.
Really
What's that? 1%er. Oh, is that Days Gone? Yes.
Oh, nice.
The Final Frontier.
Oh, is Control on there? Director of the FBC, isn't that Control? Or some weird game like that.
Yeah, but it's not working.
Tekken 7.
Are we just naming games?
No, because I remember that's where I'll get everything back from. That's Jin's quote.
Peace in Our Time. Valedictorian. That's Bully, right?
Yeah, Bully or Canis Canem edit if he doesn't accept
Bully.
it.
Worms Elite. Oh.
We've tried that already. I don't know.
Worms Battlegrounds. That might be a game.
Oh, it is.
GG.
UFC 6-7 all or nothing. Is that an actual
67?
game?
What the fuck?
It might be EA Sports UFC.
Yeah, but why 67?
I don't know.
So is it UFC 67 though?
I mean,
no, you got UFC Undisputed 2010. Undisputed 3. I think that's all the UFC. You got EA Sports UFC 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, it was 3. Well done.
There's also There's also the Final Frontier, so that's definitely got to be a Star Trek. It has to be.
Oh, Final Frontier is The Walking Dead.
Is it?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. Telltale. Final Frontier.
Ah, I know the Lord of Ironwrath is the Game of Thrones Walking Dead. At Telltale.
If that doesn't work, just try Star Trek Online or something, or Star Trek VR.
No.
Oh, Bridge Crew. It's Star Trek Bridge Crew. That's what it is. It's not Star Trek VR. Star Trek Bridge Crew. Not Bird.
Bridge Crew. Star Trek Bird Crew.
The Final Frontier is literally usually... It's got to be a space game then. Because that's a Star Trek quote, so it has to be either... If it's not Walking Dead or Star Trek, it has to be a space game.
Halls of Valhalla, do you think that's Assassin's Creed?
Probably, yeah. What other games got like Vikings in it and Valhalla and stuff?
You spell Valhalla wrong. Let's put 2 L's in it.
Spell it like the hard R, and then that'll work.
It's
Odyssey.
Apparently it's not that.
Which one are you looking at? Valhalla?
Yeah, underneath Vic Boss, Halls of Valhalla.
That could be what's that fucking schizophrenia?
Oh, do you mean
Hellblade?
Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I don't know how to spell Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. That's it, yeah. You spelled the word right, and it's a complicated word.
Just try Hellblade.
I did. It didn't take it. This is a space.
Try Senua's without the apostrophe. But you're still gonna have to put Hellblade in there, though.
God damn! Don't want to take it, man. More powerful than you think. Legion of Merit.
Like you say, Life Finds a Way would be Jurassic World Evolution, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be one of them. Maybe it's Jurassic Park Evolution 2.
It could be, yeah, because that came out on PS4 too.
Is it not Jurassic World Evolution?
No, it is actually. Yeah, it's Jurassic World Evolution, yeah. I should know. I've almost got the platinum on that.
It's just one R though.
Yeah, on Jurassic. If that doesn't work, try 2.
Maybe it's Lego Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
Very well could be.
No. 2, 3, 4, 5. No.
The problem is there will be games out there just doing parody on Jurassic Park, and that's the problem.
The completist.
All In. I recognize that one.
Peace in Our Time.
Julius Caesar.
That's Julius Caesar to me. That's always been like a civilization thing. That's why I don't understand why it doesn't work.
What PS4 game is that with? I can't even remember a game with Julius Caesar in it.
That's
Julius Caesar.
Try Assassin's Creed Origins.
I don't think that would work, but we'll go for it.
No.
Wait, Brotherhood?
Oh, which Spyro game?
Oh, look at that.
Which Spyro game is Ripto in? Is it 2 or 3?
2.
Spyro 2, maybe.
I saw Spyro.
Spyro, it's just Spyro.
Yeah.
Oh. Rage?
No, because you just put 2, wouldn't you? Spyro 2. I think they just call it 1, 2, 3, don't they, on the remastered?
I'm taking it.
Because there's a Ripto's down there, but Fall Guys, look, Ripto's Remorse.
Maybe it's 3.
I'm not sure if that's Spyro 3 or Spyro 2.
Maybe it's Spyro 3.
Because the game's Ripto's
No,
Remorse.
it's probably like it's 2024, that one.
Just put Spyro in.
Yes,
it didn't take it.
Spyro 2.
That's Spyro the Dragon. Am I spelling Spyro?
Yeah. You spelled Spyro right, yeah.
I'm having like a dyslexia moment. Oh, okay.
There you go. So Spyro...
Nasty Nork.
So that means Ripto's Revenge must be there, right? Ripto's Remorse has to be Spyro, Ripto.
But it's not taking it.
It's Ripto's Revenge, isn't it, the game's name?
Remember.
Spyro 2, Ripto's Revenge. Try that.
This is Spyro the Dragon 2.
Doesn't work, take out the dragon.
It's not taking it. Doesn't want it. Don't want it, man.
But it has to be Spyro 2, right? Ripto's Remorse. Ripto. What other game has got Ripto in it? Wait, how are you spelling Ripto? They spell Ripto without an E. They spell you take the E out.
I can't even see it on the screen, so that's probably why I'm.
Oh, what's
Right,
that
so-
monster game?
Is it in the middle thing?
It's literally above Ripto's. Stop moving! Stop moving! It's I've lost it now. Ripto's. It's above the Fall Guys. See on the right, Spyro 3, Fall Guys. It's just above Fall Guys. Ripto's Remorse.
Oh, Ripto's Remorse.
I don't recognize that trophy title, but Ripto is from Spyro, isn't it? And Spyro
Yeah,
2 and 3 are on there. I mean, 1 and 3 are on there, so Spyro 2's got to be there.
It's not the game's not called Ripto's Remorse.
And I'm pretty sure it was Ripto's Revenge, but I'm not a Spyro expert.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so...
sure that were.
I love Spyro games. So much better than Crash.
Hmm.
Have you tried Shawarma? Avengers. Nah, fair.
Isn't it Marvel's Avengers?
Marvel's. Is Spider-Man not on here?
There must be a Walking Dead
That's
game
like
somewhere.
Be Greater or
Be great,
yeah.
and then the other one's Be Yourself for Miles Morales.
Yeah.
There's a Walking Dead trophy there on the bottom right, so maybe there's a Walking Dead.
that's the Telltale one. Maybe it's the Walking Dead season 1.
I know there's one called Survival Instinct.
There's 2 VR ones, but I can't remember what the second one
Is
was.
there
called.
The
Saints
Walking
and
Dead.
Sinners.
Yeah, Saints and Sinners, that's it.
No.
Right, so try what Joel said, like the Walking Dead season 1 or something. Or Telltale's The Walking Dead, I'm pretty sure there's an S in it.
One sec.
Telltales.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Telltale's apostrophe, I think, but try it anyway.
Is it season or series 1?
Season. It's American, so season. There you go. So try season 2 now.
No, there's no platinum for that game.
Season 3 then. There is for season 3, isn't
That's just called. Is that not called?
That might be the Final Frontier, what Joel was saying.
Yeah.
Final Frontier is definitely. It's just Final Frontier. It's got no the.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to take it. Doesn't want to take it, man.
You stupid man.
Oh, right.
There's 2 hero type trophies: the Hero of Heroes and Complete Hero.
What
Which
games are
those?
there with heroes?
That's what I'm trying to think. PS4 games of heroes, isn't it?
Is it definitely PS4?
Ratchet
game?
and Clank, the Hero Heroes.
Yep,
Oh,
there you
then the
go.
other one's Rift Apart.
GG.
Oh no, that's PS5.
Try Ratchet and Clank 2, Ratchet and Clank 3.
The Conqueror. That rings a bell as well.
I'm just gonna go for just trying things.
Vanquish.
Oh, Vanquish.
No.
Nope. Neptune Spatula. That's got to be something to do with SpongeBob, right?
Persona 5.
One sec. Is it Battle for Bikini Bottom one of them?
Yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom.
What's the other one called? There's 2 SpongeBob games. That Neptune Spatula's got to be SpongeBob.
I'm just gonna go 5-3, mate. Persona 5.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima.
Detroit Become Human.
I've already done that one. You fool, Joel. You fool.
Death Stranding.
Standing. No.
What's going to
Bloodborne.
bother me the most is
Oh, no,
from
Bloodborne
this.
won't be on there. That's called Bloodborne, isn't it?
That Virtuoso trophy is going to bother me so much.
Could that be Virtual Street Fighter?
I don't know, but I recognize Virtuoso as a platinum title, so once that pops at the end of this 1 minute period, I know it's going to annoy the shit out of me.
The Surge.
This is quite challenging. The whole
Vampire. With a Y.
vampire. Is it vampire or vampire?
Vampire.
It's PYR, yeah, that's it. Is Assassin's Creed 4 on there? Because there's prizes, plunder, and adventure. So it's like, yeah, might as well try it.
No. 5, 6, 7.
Black Flag.
Oh, wait.
Try Black
Injustice 2.
Flag. Nope.
No. Injustice. 2. Will any be Mortal Kombat, do you think?
Maybe.
From what I can read,
Have we tried any Resident Evils?
yeah, we
Yeah.
tried several. We got
We've
several.
got a few of them on there.
Oh, I don't know. We're gonna
All
lose.
hands on deck. Could that be a boat game?
We're about to find out.
All right, let's see. I
Oh, we're out
guarantee
of
you some of these are
time.
bullshit. Let's see.
Call of Duty. Why did we not?
You see, no, look, see, I told you, director of FBC, it was controlled. I put
Oh,
double
look,
L.
Assassin's Creed
Double
4 Black
L.
Flags
Double
there.
L. The more dyslexic than Lewis. This is why we lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mad Max. How's that Halls of Valhalla, Mad Max?
Yeah.
See, look,
Space
Ripto's Rage. To be fair, we were wrong on that, and they put
Oh.
apostrophes in there like idiots. Like, I mean, not apostrophes, semicolons. They've not put that anywhere
Disney
else.
classic. All right, so the ones we missed Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which was Platinum, Federated, Call of Duty Ghosts, The Collector, UFC 4, Platinum, Call of Duty Black Ops, All In, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This guy likes his mainstream games.
Wait, I told you to put Black Flag again. It didn't accept
I
it.
put it in a few times.
Yeah, exactly. He did. It's just dirty.
Duke
Dirty.
Nukem Forever, Savior of the Universe. The whole
That's
world
fair.
went away. Dead Island. Dead Space 2 was Final Frontier. Ah. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker was Vic Boss.
Oh, I thought that said VLC boss.
Didn't you platinum Spec Ops: The Line recently?
I did, yeah. Why was that?
Legion of Merit.
Legion of Merit.
Yeah, I did, but honestly, I didn't look at the trophy. I was just like,
That's PS3 though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's a mixture here. Look, Lego Pirates of
I
the
did it
Caribbean
last week.
was all hands on deck.
Ah, to be fair.
Lego
Monster Energy
Pirates of the
Supercross.
Caribbean. I bet that's actually one of the best Lego games.
Wait,
as
what's
well.
Spy Chameleon? God, this is going like dirty.
Well, however, average was 27% and we got 47%. So,
Yeah.
we are just quality boys.
Exactly. Even with
Oh,
Mint's terrible spelling.
Look at this breakdown. It tells you what percentage of people actually got the questions right. Only 28% of people got Red Faction Armageddon.
They just literally didn't.
They're obviously not reading.
The rarest one we got was Tekken 7. I thought there might be some trophies that nobody got, but clearly not.
What was Neptune's thingamajig?
Barely
Um,
minutes. Oh, no.
SpongeBob Bikini Bottom. You did it right again. Look, see, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle of Bikini Bottom.
I actually I didn't put a colon in, but still.
So really, we got more of these. It's just again, it's down to spelling.
Oh, we
did get
put
more.
Worms Battlegrounds as well. Oh, you did.
We did get that one, yeah.
Sad times, boys.
Sad times indeed. We didn't even reach 50%.
No, technically we did. We just got like bullied out of it by grammar. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm taking the L. I'm taking the win, not the L.
I'll take that.
I've stopped sharing now. Hello, everybody. I have been here this whole time. I've just been in bear form. So this is. Oh, look at Steven. His handsome glasses.
Hell no, that was never seen. No one saw anything.
But it's too late. That's definitely going in now.
It was a zoom filter. I was doing. What
Oh,
you were
was
doing,
it?
Yeah.
An absolute zoom filter.
With,
Like
with,
this.
with a full moon.
Exactly.
Da-da-da-da-da. He's the motherfucking da-da-da. I don't know the rest of the words. I don't know Snoop Dogg.
Ba ba da ba da 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 da.
Oh, Halo.
X gonna give it to you.
So yeah, these filters are really fun.
You just graduated. And now you're in a 3D.
Everything's in 3D now. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in a full moon, people turn into werewolves. When it's like half a moon, Lewis turns into a bear.
That's so true. And then when it's like a quarter moon, I turn into a rabbit.
That's creepy as fuck.
It is really disturbing rabbit.
There's been creepier things though. In
That
recent
looks like
times.
a rabbit shagged a hamster.
Mm.
Oh, it's a little dog.
Oh, little corgi.
Oh.
Prepare yourselves. Ugh. This is going in the podcast. Well, I think we did all right there. I think with the spelling errors, we probably would have got another 3 or 4.
At least.
So, really, we're like double the average score, which is a big fucking deal.
I'm thinking like the next podcast. No, not the next podcast. I want to rearrange my office, but I want to have a desk with a bed behind so I can like get in bed whilst recording the podcast.
That's a great idea.
I'm so tired.
Just like lie on your side with the Adam McDermott dressing
oh wait,
gown on.
I could actually do that. Hang on.
He's wearing pants. I'm actually shocked.
I am shocked.
We're gonna have to blur that bulge though. It's
This guy's doing it. Marvelous. I'm just closing Discord.
I'm gonna do a Josh, because apparently Brady's brother was scared of heights, so he slept on the chairs.
Oh, is that the
Yeah.
reason he didn't go in the bunk bed?
This is how he slept.
That looks so relaxing.
Oh, this is so comfy, dude.
You
I
know
think
what?
you've missed a trick here by not doing the entire podcast like this.
Next
Still
time,
in?
right?
Yeah.
We can still hear you.
Oh, sweet.
You know, that is actually quite comfy. I did that once. I tried for a year to fall asleep in my gaming chair until I was like playing that Terminator during that 30 days. And literally one time I managed to fall asleep in it, and it was so comfy.
Emma, I'm ready for my midnight milk.
I can make it rock as well. Let's get the rock on.
Oh,
Wait, it doesn't want to rock. I've broken the rock. Oh wait. Whoa. There we go. Look. This is how I live in this.
All you need now is some subtle
Feet
vibrations.
up in the air. You know.
all we need now is.
Oh fuck. It didn't want to come up there. There's too much mass on the back of the chair. There's too much mass.
Oh well, this was a revelation. Well, the next podcast I'll be laid down.
See, this is the shenanigans we get up to when it's just us three, and we don't have a guest on to ground us.
I know.
Doing an actual, being somewhat professional.
When we don't have to act professional, we can just do it once.
Guests are so overrated.
Yeah,
I'm joking. I've loved the like guests. when you get Platchums back on here, though.
I know. Yeah. Are there still
And Josh.
videos? I know. So, for those who don't know, we've who don't know who the Platinum Trophy is, a channel by Josh. We had him on the podcast a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago now. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, it was.
That's a long time ago. Because I still had the man bun. And Josh is such a nice guy, and he's just done another video about his return, and it was an absolute crease.
I think we should get Josh and George in together, though.
Definitely should. That'd be a hoot.
They vibe so well together.
They are funny. They're probably too funny for us. They'll probably just show us up.
I know they will.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt quite intimidated when I went on their podcast. Because
that banter just too good.
So good.
You're just sitting there like...
It's the Aussies, though, with no match from.
I was the token foreign guy.
That's what you are for this one as well, so...
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's just is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So before we wrap things up, anyone got any closing statements? Anything they want to chin wag about before we go?
It's all right to give up on games.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just make that clear.
You know what you should all do, right? You should go on Instagram
tomorrow and be like, I'm going to quit my job.
Guy Farruski told me to give up, so I'm going to give up on anything.
Yeah.
We don't condone such things.
No.
You have to come to those decisions of your own free will. Right? There's a really funny Instagram page, and I want to read some of the things to you, but I need to find it first. So it's called, give me a sec. It's called Disappointing Affirmations. So, you know, like a normal affirmation is like, you know, you can do this, you'll be okay. This one kind of flips it on its head. So, case in point, you are exactly where you're supposed to be because you make fucking terrible decisions. God damn, that one hits deep. Right, okay, another one. Do something nice for someone today. Leave them alone. Life is hard enough without your bullshit.
Man, these personal attacks just keep coming.
I know. I feel personally.
Why wait? Why do something right away when you can wait until it gives you a panic attack?
I agree with that one. That's the best time.
I agree with that one. To be fair,
don't let anyone hold you back from following your dreams, because you do that to yourself already. You don't need any help. You make the world a better place. Everyone needs a hot mess they can point at and say, at least I'm not them. And then you know, obviously people say don't give up. It just says don't, full stop, give up. So that's disappointing affirmations on Instagram. They have 1 million followers. They're hilarious.
Have you ever heard of polite insults?
No.
Oh, those are brilliant.
The best insults you can give whilst remaining a gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like we all need to know that.
I do not consider you a vulture. I consider you something a vulture would eat. People clap when they see you. They clap their hands over their eyes. You are proof that God has a sense of humor. If I throw a stick, will you leave?
Oh,
you see, they're cut deep and they've got no vulgarity. It's beautiful.
Oh, there's one that's like,
the best insults are the ones that don't
have
profanities in them.
I'd prefer a battle of wits, but you appear unarmed.
That one, I am taking that one. A battle of the wits, but I don't fight unarmed men.
Sometimes I need what only you can provide. Your absence. Your inferiority complex is fully justified.
Your what? Inferiority
complex.
Inferiority complex.
God damn, it's taking a turn.
Mm.
One more then.
Let me find a good one.
Oh, he's waiting. He is building the
He's building
for this
anticipation.
one.
Yeah, they're all brutal. He's just trying to find the most
they're not
brutal
as
one.
good as they're not as good as the other ones. The stick one was the best one for me.
No, I like the absence one. I think that one's good. And no, the Battle of the Wits, but being unarmed is the best one. I'm going to use that.
This one's all right. I would agree with you, but then we'd be both wrong.
I feel like that a lot of the time, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're talking to someone and they're like just spilling some garbage to you, you're like, I can't be asked to disagree, but also I can't agree with you because then we'd both be wrong.
You just sat there silently nodding, very, very gently.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, good times.
Good times. Right, we'll wrap things up.
Let's.
I hope everyone enjoyed the podcast, and I hope if anyone is grinding trophies that they didn't get like put off and just turned their PlayStation off and destroyed it, stamped on it, threw it out a window.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We're just saying balance. Just like everything in life. You go on a diet, you can still eat junk food. It's a balance.
Yeah.
Except masturbating. Just do that as much as possible.
There's no such thing as excess when it comes to
no.
that.
So not until your meat falls off.
Listen to Platinum Bear. He knows what he's talking about. And
Platinum Bear the Wise.
Platinum Bear the Wise. Platinum Brow. I just love the fact that it just like mimics my facial expressions. But
I still think the best facial expression is when like you leave.
Yeah.
And it just like stares at the screen.
There we go.
Emotionless.
PTSD coming. Oh no.
it's
the way it slowly just
like...
gets into position.
It's like I'm not even in the screen, it's mouth moving. It's like, do you know when like an AI is like fighting its control and it just fails and then it turns back to its reset state? It's like that. It's very, very disturbing.
It is very creepy. But
on that, guys, I think we'll wrap things up.
Let's.
Thank you all very much for watching this episode of the podcast. It's been nice, just us three for a change.
Yeah.
There's loads of guests we could get on, but I just wanted to have a little three-way with the boys. You know, we're all bromanticed up. If that doesn't make sense, but we're all full of bromance because of the weekend, so I want to keep it going.
Plenty of groping.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. The first thing I did was tell Steve to say yard and grab his biceps.
Oh yeah.
Steve had to wait before we leave. Steve had to wait an hour in a car park for us to arrive because we kept getting lost in Manchester. We drove this car park. And I didn't recognize Steve. I just saw someone dressed as Leon Kennedy. And I thought it was an actual police officer. And I was like, why is there a firearms officer outside the car park? And then I saw Steve's frustrated face that he'd been waiting for an hour and a half. And I was like, oh no. How mad were you, Steve?
Not mad, I was just disappointed.
Oh, that's even worse. I can deal with people being pissed off, but
I was like, Zach and Lewis are football fans and they can't even find Old Trafford.
Do you know what it is? We drove to the wrong side of the stadium, and then we took the sat nav, and the sat nav took us in. Firstly, we missed the turn off, which I thought was the right one. Then we drove in the car park, and the guy said, "Oh no, this is for the tours only. You have to go past where we were and take a left in the industrial estate." And we were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, and we saw you drive right past in two red cars, and we were like, "That's got to be them."
And then 20 minutes later, we turned up again because we got lost. We're all idiots, you know. We're unarmed for battles of the wits.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's why we love that quote so much.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the boys' channels, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Where's everyone going? Bingo.